What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I hope you guys are doing well. It is December. It's the last month of 2024, and I am already in preparation for video roundups of the year and getting the last bit of deck profiles ready. So with that said, this will be the last time you'll see Red Hybrid on the channel because, well, for the end of the year, and probably in the channel too. But it's time for Red Hybrid. Water isn't anything legitimately new. I did pick up new stuff, and I honestly just think everyone has their own build of Red Hybrid. So this is just my personal build of it, and people seem to not like it. So after this, I'm basically just going to be done with Red Hybrid and retire the cards and just go into other things for whatever time period it wants to be. So with that in total, let's go ahead and get into Red Hybrid. So we're going to start off with the Digitama. I'm running 4 copies of BT14's Coromon. And then for the level 3s, I'm running the 3 copies of Flamon from BT17, 4 copies of Flamon from BT12, and 4 copies of Flamon from BT7. We're going to raise this up just a bit because I need the room. Alright, there we go. And then for the level 4s, 4 copies of Agumon from BT12, 4 copies of Agumon from BT18, 2 copies of Emperorgreymon from BT17, 2 copies of Emperorgreymon from BT7. Okay, and that is all of the level 4s. I'm now going to move into my level 5s. Which are, oh, I'm sorry, I have one more level 4, and it's Gigasmon added to my lineup. So, alright, now I'm done with my level 4s, and now I'm going to move on to my level 5s. And my level 5s are just simply 4 copies of Aldermon from BT7. Then for my level 6s and 7s, 2 copies of BT7's Emperorgrey with 2 copies of Emperorgreymon from BT18, and then 2 copies of Omnimon from BT5. So that's it for my level 6s and 7s, and then going into my tamers, 3 copies of Takuya from BT7 with 3 copies of Takuya from BT12. In 3 copies of Takuya from Takuya and Koji from BT18. Then for my options, I'm running the 4 copies of Crimson Blitz. Oh, Crimson Blaze. I said Crimson Blitz. Crimson Blaze from BT8. 2 copies of Atomic Inferno from BT4. And let me make sure everybody's aligned up. There we go. And then the 2 copies of Gravity Crush from BT1. So that's it for all of the cards in the lineup. So let's go through it. Coromon is our Digitama of choice. Coromon has the ability that once a turn during your turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw 1 card. It's simple and basic draw power. Then moving into the Digimon, we're going to start off with the level 3s. With 3 copies of each of the various Flamon that I have. I do have the other Flamon, but it doesn't have an inheritable, and I want a lot of the cards to win inheritables, because the inheritables definitely make Emperorgreymon what he is. So, BT17's Flamon has the on-play reveal top 3 cards of your deck to add 1 hybrid or 10 warrior traded cards and 1 tamer with an inheritable effect among them to your hand. Puts the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. That is, no, put the rest of the bottom of your deck. That's simply just Flamon acting as if he was Pokemon, but the red Pokemon and doesn't get a memory buff. But his inheritable effect is on deletion. You can play one Takuya from your hand without paying the memory cost, which is great because I'll just simply put Takuya's from your hand onto the field so you can Spirit Evolve into the other Digimon. Flamemon from BT12 has the on play. Trash one Digimon with hybrid in its trait, then draw 2 cards, so some more additional draw power. And while it is in the Digivolution source, it gives the ability of 2k DP for any Digimon with hybrid or Team Warriors in its trait. Flamon from BT7. Another on play and reveal to add a card to your hand, and then place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. While it's inheritable, allows you to also play Takuya from your hand without paying the memory cost. So yeah, it's a really good standard lineup of these, just because they have the abilities to play off of the Agunimon, who we'll look at in just a moment. But we also have the abilities to search out for cards, put cards to our hand, and then be able to focus or set up for additional combos later on. This is all of what Flamemon gives, and they're just easy spot offs too, because you can just put them on the Pluromon and then swing next turn. So, that's it for my Flames. No Pokemon, as it got a little too cloggy, and I wanted to just keep it in the spirit of hybrid, so I can also fit in some other cards as well. Now we're going to go to the level 4s. We have the Agunimon, we have the the 2 Agunimon, the 2 Burning Greymon, and my apologies for the Gigasmon who got excluded out of the lineup. Which is ironically enough, because if you remember in the anime for Digimon Frontiers, we did see Gigasmon in Gigasmon and Burning Greymon go at it a few times. So, starting off with the Agunimon from BT12. This is the one that you can play on top of Burning Greymon for a cost of 1. Digivolves from the Tamer. I'm just going to let you guys know that now. They all will be able to Digivolve from the Tamer without paying them with a cost of 3. The Agunimon or the Burning Greymon do it off of Takuya for 2 or less, or off of each other for at least a memory or none. While the Gigasmon, unfortunately, I'm not running Grumblemon, so that would have cost of 1. But the Grumblemon, who I can easily get out the way, is simply here just to come onto the field and gain rush, and give rush to one of your Digimon. Primarily itself, if you want to just simply go in for a game. Now, in addition to that, let's talk about the others. The Agunimon here has the ability that on deletion, it will be able to play a Flamemon from your trash without paying suspended without paying them cost. So you can put the Flamemons into play. That'll trigger their on-play abilities, to where you can either draw or search, depending on which one you have. It's on deletion is to allow you to play play Takuya from your hand without paying memory cost. Gunimon from BT18. This is the newest of the Takuyas. When Digivolving, you return 1 hybrid or Team Warriors card, or 1 Tamer with an inheritable effect from your trash to your hand. So you simply get your pieces back that you lost out on. But its ability its inheritable is giving 2k DP to the Digimon, which does help in cases, because some of the inheritables say if you have a Digimon with a certain amount, they will then increase their amount and then gain abilities on that base amount when it's 10k or more. Its other ability, of course, like I said, it Digivolves off Takuya from 2, but off of Burning Greymon for a cost of 0. Now, let's go into the Burning Greymons. We have BG Greymon from BT17. Who has raid, so you can switch the attack target when attacking. But you also have when attacking, you may Digivolve the Digimon into a hybrid traded Digimon with a reduced Digivolution cost of 1, so you can go into Aldermon as soon as possible, or into any of the Agunimons if you want to just stack on more abilities. Then its inheritable is just a simple 2k DP, which it's pretty decent. Burning Greymon from BT17. While this Burning Greymon doesn't have an inheritable, its on Digivolution effect is definitely where it comes in handy, where you can play this Digimon while it has hybrid or in its trait or Takuya as Digivolution sources. You can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less. There is an Aldermon that does 6k DP or less on Digivolution when it has an inheritable or a tamer with an inheritable in play. So you can probably play around with both of those just to get the advantages of it. But this one is here to help with floodgates that your opponent may play if you're playing against yellow, purple, blue, all those nasty floodgate Digimon. Those are the ones that you can take out with this Burning Greymon. And that is pretty much it for the level 4s. We can now move on into the level 5, which is just 4 copies of Aldemon. So Aldemon on Digivolution, you can, if a card with hybrid is in its trait, is evolution sources, you can then gain 4k DP for the turn. Then under that is its own inheritable, which is when a hybrid or Team Warrior traded Digimon attacks, you can gain the ability to turn off your opponent's security cards. And that's really good with this because this is a deck that tends to want to just swing into things. And with the ability to have more Digimon stacked under it, this definitely helps out just even out the odds, but also be able to not be affected by stuff that you do not want to run into. Especially because for such a very aggro deck, you need as much protection and defense as possible, which is why I bring it in here. You can also bring in the other Aldemon as well if you want to mix and match, because that Aldemon is purple and red. With some ideas with purple and red I wanted to play around with as well. Alright, so moving on from that Aldemon, we're now going to go into the level 6s and 7s. So basically the name of the game is Blitz, and if we're not blitzing, we're just popping whatever we can. So Bluesky from BT 7. Yeah, this BT 7 is Emperorgreymon with Blitz. That's why I said Bluesky. Even though it's a Bluesky. But this Bluesky is the one that it has Blitz, and then once a turn during your turn, when Digimon will be blocking and unsuspending and gain a memory for each card in its Digivolution source with hybrid in its trait. So on top of all the abilities you have, not only will you be able to gain memory for your Digivolution sources, but you'll be able to unsuspend as well. Then we have the Emperorgreymon, of course, from BT18. This is the one that most people are playing their decks around. I have tried to build many decks around this Emperorgreymon, but you unfortunately require blue, and a lot of the blue cards are very expensive, especially the Kumamons, and well, yeah, just the Kumamon, because Kumamon has to remove stuff. I have Tommy's, but I rather just stick to my red hybrid being where red hybrid is. Now, outside of that, this is still a really good Emperorgreymon, because you still have the Takuya you can play. You have Takuya and Koji you can also play as well that stack Digimon under them for inheritables. Now, for each color this Digimon Digivolution sources, you may charge one Digivolution card from this card when your opponent, and then unsuspend their Digimon. No, unsuspend their Digimon, and then this Digimon may attack. Which is just a surefire way of just, clearing out things or going after something that you want to have out of the way. Then you have the once per turn during your turn, if the Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon, it can unsuspend and then gain a security attack +1, which is nice. And I think a lot of people love to exploit that, especially because people will then go into Blitz Omnimon, who of course unsuspends itself when Digivolving, and then has the ability to swing. And then if an opponent's Digimon effect would delete this Digimon, you can prevent it by just getting rid of a level 6 card from your Digivolution sources. I do believe new Emperorgreymon is treated as hybrid, so you can even stack. Oh, both of them are hybrid. Yeah, so you can even stack them under for abilities of other cards as well that have hybrid in their setup, and just be able to let them go for Blitz Omni. So that is it for the 3 of them, and that's all of the Digimon. And then we move along into the Tamers. So we have Takuya and Koji, we have Takuya by himself, and we have Takuya by himself again. We have level 5, level 4, and level 3. Let's get level 3 out the way. This is the 3 cost, the 4 cost, and the 5 cost. Let's get the 3 costs out the way. because this is the one that if your Digimon has 2K security, 2K DP or more, gains 2K DP, but while it has 10K DP or more, then it is able to get a security attack +1. But the most important part about this one is the ability that it has, that once a turn during your turn, you may put 5 cards with hybrid from your trash under this tamer, and then Digivolve into Emperorgreymon from your hand as a level 5 Digimon. This is basically just to warp into Emperorgreymon and basically go in for Blitz. Now, if you're not doing the Blitz, of course, you're doing the other one, which is to suspend and unsuspend and then just take out your opponent's Digimon. Takuya Hanabara from BT12 is your memory set, is one of your 2 memory setters, and his additional ability is gains 2K DP when it has 10K DP or more. This Digimon checks your opponent's security, it gains 2 memory. Then we have Takuya and Koji. This is the new one from BT18, and the strategy with this one is that it's there to help you make either one of 2 Digimon. Emperorgreymon, 3 Digimon, I'm sorry, because I forget about Magnagurumon, because I'm not playing Magnagurumon. But if you're playing one of the 2, then it's either one of the 2, and then it's basically Susanomon. So either Emperorgreymon, Magnagurumon, or you're going into Susanomon. And it basically relies on both of the option cards to stack the cards under them to then give them their inheritables and then digivolve into it with a cheaper cost. Other than that, I don't really have too much of an issue with this. Like I said, it's more so of its inheritable, which I like, which is that this Digimon can attack while it has hybrid or 10 warriors in its traits. It can attack a player, but then remember it gains all of those different abilities attached to it. So 2 KDP, security attacks +1, and just all the goodies that it can, while also putting Digimon under itself to then be able, tamers or other Digimon under itself, to then be able to buff its own abilities, which still really, really good for a deck like this. And why am I running 3 of each space? So that is it for my tamers. Now I'm going to go into my option cards, which are Crimson Blaze, Atomic Inferno, and Gravity Crash. Which I guess since I've been playing Red Hybrid, these have just basically stayed as my option cards, and I left each of them as my option cards. The Gravity Crush just gives you additional memory when you need it in a pinch, but you do sacrifice 2 memory at the end of turn. Atomic Inferno gives all of your Digimon security attack +1 and 3 KDP, and when your opponent would block, you gain 3 memory. Then its security effect is that all your Digimon will gain additional security attack +1, so it really does come in for the clutch. While we have Crimson Blaze, and I maxed out at 4 Crimson Blaze because I want a nice fell sweep of all the floodgates that could potentially get in the way. So no floodgates from blue, green, yellow, black, and even opposing red. Because those Digimon can become a nuisance. Even some of those small little blockers and stuff can become a nuisance. So Crimson Blaze definitely helps with that, while also being able to prevent your opponent from playing Digimon through effects until the end of the turn, which shuts down a lot of non-hybrid S decks as well. So that is pretty much it, you guys, to round out all of the stuff for Red Hybrid. I hope you guys enjoy the video, because I do know that a lot of my videos have not been doing too well in terms of positive responses, especially when it comes to playing Red Hybrid. Oh, hell, any Digimon deck. Let's just put that up there. So, with that in total, this is going to wrap up for Red Hybrid for the year. Thank you guys so much for watching and helping with the channel and supporting things. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. Socials are in the description box below, and you can check out previous content and previous video towards the end. Thanks everyone for watching. It's CJ signing out. Take care.